This is TWiT.
So on Sunday morning, I got up an hour less sleep because we set the clocks forward. Monday, I was groggy. In fact, every year, the Monday after the change to summertime, which happened early this year in the U.S., it's going to happen later this month in the rest of the world, there are more heart attacks. There are more auto accidents. Marco Rubio, the senator from Florida, apparently this has always been an issue for him. He picks the big issues. And he got it passed on a voice vote unanimously in the Senate to stay on saving time. Now, that's a little controversial. It has to go through the House and, of course, be signed by the president. But I think there is broad nonpartisan support for one thing in Congress. It's this.
Wow.
Stop changing the clocks. Now, the question is,
maybe that's a start.
What should
Which way?
Which way should we stop? And Rubio's bill says
anti-DST.
Really? Rubio's bill
Yes.
said we would stay on DST in the fall of 2023, in November 2023. We would not go back to night, dark, scary time. Why do you want to keep DST? Not keep DST?
So my issue is that in the winter, which is already a dark and depressing time, the sun literally rises at like 8 o'clock here in Seattle because it's so far north, and it sets around 4:20. And I get the idea of, the extra hour of daylight being at the end of the day, but waking up at my normal time and being expected to do things in
the
pitch
dark. See,
till
I think it
9
comes down
a.m.
to if you're a morning person or a night person. I really do.
And I'm a morning person,
Yeah.
and it kills me. I'm going to be up for like 3 hours trying to force my body when it's like...
So believe it or not, we tried this in the 70s.
Yeah.
And here's a picture from the Washington Post.
Because of energy.
Because of the energy crisis of kids going to school in the dark. And this is why people hated it. And in fact, it didn't last.
I remember going to school.
Why don't we
in the
just
dark
change
and never
the
thought
starting
twice about
time
it.
of school?
There you go. There's a thought.
Just move it. That's all.
No.
In 1973, the U.S. decided to stay in daylight saving time for 2 years. By the way, this is a fairly new thing. It started in World War II, right?
My Republican grandmother,
1916.
used to complain all the time
16.
about God's time versus FDR's time.
Oh,
Wow. That's how she put it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Obamacare of that era.
Yes.
Now I know why Rubio's against it. No more FDR time. But our time zones are not, are they set by national? No, it's set by longitude, right?
Well, so
Allegedly.
something interesting to know, because Washington State already passed a law that said, hey, we're going to DST time if it ever federally passes.
California's done that too.
Yeah. So when this law happens, all the it basically gives states a choice. So some states have already passed laws that say if this happens.
Now it's chaos.
So it's still going to be confusing.
Hold on. Now, Arizona, which we all may be familiar with, is on standard time year round because you didn't have to you could have, any of our states
Anybody
could
could
have
do
been
that.
like,
Just not, yeah.
So they did that instead because they were like, all right, we don't want to change the clocks. Standard time.
Doesn't
all the time.
Indiana have like slices that go different ways?
I feel like they
used to. I think they changed that. But I do remember, because my first wife lived right over the border in Ohio, and it was very strange that you had these weird time zones going over a state border, and it was just very strange. So this just shows you there is nothing not controversial in the whole world.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Because if anything, you would think unanimous vote in the Senate that this
is what they can do. They can't do anything else that actually matters to the world. This is what they can do.
The American Academy of Sleep Medicine immediately issued a statement cautioning that a move to permanent daylight saving time overlooks potential health risks associated with that time system. Standard time, they said, for so many scientific and circadian rationales.
Basically, it'll be dark when you're trying to get up.
Now we're bringing out the big guns. Circadian rationales and public safety reasons should really be what permanent time is set to. Because permanent time is based on our time zone.
So our bodies adjust already with the time.
Well,
change
we get
now.
used to it.
So yes and no. So like living so far up here now, I like in the winter, it like deepest, darkest winter at like 8 o'clock, my butt is out of bed. It's hard to get out of bed, but the best way to like make it get
I
you feeling
throw
like
up in the
human being is
curtains.
to go out.
Yeah,
Hold on.
get some
is
sunshine.
to walk out for like 5 minutes into the daylight. And you have to do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're like this.
No. When I get up, I throw open the curtains. And you're right. If it were dark out,
Oh, I thought you said you throw up in the curtain.
depends on how the night before went.
That also sounds unhealthy.
But no, I throw open the curtains to let
Open
the sun shine in like it is in your
Right.
office right now, Jeff. And that's a great way to wake up. And you're right. You should probably go outside. And,
Well, why do we never hear any of these controversial stories in the state of Alaska? Their time is
Who cares
people
what
move
Alaska
there.
thinks?
And frankly, Bainbridge Island, too, I have to deal with the fact that they're higher up in the latitude and they're not going to have much sun. I'm sorry. That's just life.
Welcome to Helsinki.
Yeah. Move to, Brazil if you want it better. So,
So where is Seattle latitude? I love those maps. That
well,
show you
ironically,
actually where you
it's
are.
your senator, Patty Murray, who co-sponsored this with Marco Rubio. Patty Murray said, the Senate has finally delivered on something Americans all over the country want. And I will agree with her on this, to never have to change their clocks again.
Right.
Let's
That I
not
agree
change
with.
them, but what do we
That I
leave
agree.
it at, right?
You know what you could do if you don't want to change your clocks ever again, y'all? Just make every clock an internet connected clock.
Make
and
it a
then
different
will happen
time.
by magic.
You still have
Yeah,
to
that's-
change- if you have
that's
kids
already
and
happening.
pets, it's hell.
No, it's not the actual physical act of changing the clock I don't like.
I'm just saying, if that's your issue, we can solve that today.
I just don't want it to be a different time when I
The
wake
queen
up.
of IoT has spoken.
Yeah, we have clock changers.